Hmm. I'm back. Anyway, hello everybody, it's your old pal Toymaker here. I'm back after God knows how long, and welcome to LuGame Lunchtime Games Club. So basically this is a game, small indie game that I've been following for a while because one of my favorite artists, Muse, has been working on this thing too with the artwork. I don't know if this is specifically her art, but I think they also tell you somewhere around here. Right there, Spewing Muse. I'll be sure to leave a link to her Twitter so you can, his or her. I don't want to end up having to make any mistakes, but I'll leave a link to her their Twitter profile and the link and description below so you can actually check them out also. But basically, I've heard of this game from them and it kind of looks interesting. It seems like a little dating sim kind of thing, which is kind of like the Goblin dating sim we've been working on recently, or we've been playing recently. That was a demo, but this is a full game, and I did say I was going to be doing a video on this, so let's just get to it. I want to see how this thing goes. The feeling of a gamepad in your hands, the rubber buttons and weighted grips, even the crisp sound of computer keys clacking as they're mashed into victory. Also, the reason why it's called LuGame is because it's really about gaming. It's actually a sort of love story dating sim or whatever, where you're with a bunch of gamer girls basically, and not your typical e-girl, but actual gamer girls. So as far as I know, there's like 4 of them, unless if there's like a mystery girl or somewhere, but I don't know. These are the sounds and sensations I could never tire of. Little did I know that this love, my love of games, would introduce me to some of the craziest people I know to date, completely changing my then routine high school life. Press your... Okay, hold on. Yuki? No. Yeah, Yukimoto. Damn it, this is actually kind of the hardest thing. You know what? I always prefer the name Dante. Why? Don't ask. Don't judge me. Do not judge me. And press enter to confirm. We'll go with Dante. Come on, Dante. You're not even trying. Wait, Tifa. That's the first girl right there. I guess that's her name. It's not over yet. You're sure about that? I let out a little grunt in reply. Just a little word of advice to everyone who's new. Tifa is the sweetest person I know, but put a controller in her hands and nice time's over. So this is like one of those serious kinds of girls where you think that she's gonna let you off the hook. Nah, but then turns out to be one of those kinds of esports badasses who are just gonna wreck your ass in Mortal Kombat every single time. Thankfully, I'm used to both her trash talking and her sound beatings. It's not hard to believe that just this past summer, I was cheering her on at each... You see what I mean? Got it. Considering her skill, the fact that she's on hiatus right now is a lot harder to swallow. We zoom around the track, her cart passing mine with the ease of a battleship past a rowboat. They play Mario Kart or something? A true professional. Ha! The round ends with bright, cheerful 8-bit music simultaneously signaling my doom and her victory. I can't help but grin at her. I don't know why I bother. You may be out of the game for now, but you're still unbeatable. My comment is meant to make her smile. But instead, she drops her gaze. Well, not completely. I inwardly wince knowing she's thinking of one of 2 things right now, both guaranteed move killers. Possibility number 1, her ex esports team, otherwise known as a bunch of jerks who booted her for constantly losing to, well, possibly number 2, her rival, the one person she couldn't beat. Or I guess ex-rival now that she's on hiatus from competitive gaming. Either way, thinking about one of those things is only going to bring her down. so I shoot her a wide grin, hoping to distract her. Never mind that. Let me just bask in the light of a true professional. High five. Sorry, just catching my breath. I also got a water bottle right there. She throws me a sheepish smile, blushing, her hands poised for it. I slap my palm against hers. Since we were friends, Tifa and I have always played video games together. Though admittedly, her skill really started surpassing mine right around the time we started high school. Considering the fact that we've known each other for our entire lives, things have more or less stayed the same. Well, that's not completely true. Maybe I should say that one of us really grew up. Dante? Eartha Dante, did you hear me? Yeah? She stares at me expectantly as if waiting for an answer. Okay, no. Instead of getting angry, she lets out a quiet laugh, smiling at me as she edges her seat a little closer. You know, Dante, since we were kids, you haven't changed. Of course I have. Look at my manly stubble. No, I'm not talking about on the outside, silly. I meant you know. Like, you've always been the one person I can depend on, no matter what. Despite my weak protest, I know what she means. Just being here like this with her, sometimes I feel like things will always be this way. But other times, I hope things will always stay like this, Tifa. Oh? Other times I feel like I'm just waiting for the dam to burst. Like this fragile kind of peace can't really last forever. Yeah, me too. Sorry, I'm just not good with laughing and all that. Like somehow everything is about to change. Dante, you know, when you say that you hope things don't change between us. And something hit her. Light from the hallway pours into the room, the brightness almost painful in comparison to the normally cave-like darkness of the computer lab. Sending trouble, I quickly reach for the volume dial, turning down the blaring game music. Usually, it's pretty annoying how old these computers are. I mean, a volume dial? Right now, I'd say it's pretty convenient. The sound disappears, allowing us to hear a voice approaching from the doorway. I thought this room was supposed to be empty. Wait a second, isn't that? We both had the realization at the same time. Mutual dread coming over the two of us. Stacy? Supposed to be empty? You mean it isn't? Fuck. I messed up. And of course she isn't alone. The other voice is definitely Alex, her ever-present sidekick. She doesn't make an appearance, so I'm pretty sure she's still out in the hall. Duh, of course. I thought this room would be cleared up by now. But shocker, it seems there's crumbs left behind. A head pokes partially into the doorway. I don't believe I understand. Crumbs? People. Alex. There's people in here. I see. So there are. Yeah, see, that's definitely them. If I'm honest, it's not too hard to recognize some of the most popular girls in school. Not just because of Stacy's infamous wild parties at her parents' mansions that I've heard so much about, or even because of how mind-blowingly gorgeous Alex is. So I'm guessing this is Stacy and that's Alex. Yeah. But also because not even a month ago, at least in Stacy's case, her face and name were emblazoned on my locker during the school's council's presidential elections, which she also won, a testament to her ever-growing popularity. Well, I'll be in the hall. Stacy saunters in under the bright overhead lights, the sun and light glittering sharply against the golden jewelry clasped around her slender neck. You shouldn't just suddenly turn on the light like that. As surprised as I am that you didn't scuttle away, I have to wonder, why are you sitting here alone in the dark anyway? What does it matter to you? Well, a boy and a girl in a dark room alone together, getting up to who knows what, sounds like a brewing scandal to me. That's a lie, I wouldn't. We would never. Wait. Stacy perches on the edge of a desk, her eyes sharp. Yeah, thanks for that super convincing input, Pinky. But then I guess you'd have to man up to make the move like that, Dante. And even Pinky here knows you're hopeless. Damn. Get right into manhood. Cut me deep, Tasty. You cut me deep. But anyway, I was asking, what are you two doing here? Fuck. The better question, in my opinion, is what is she doing here? Hello? Base case? Can you hear me? I'm talking to you. My focus snaps back to Stacy. I don't really want to answer, but... Playing video games, nothing, we're doing nothing. Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna be honest. Oh? I mean, we're not playing any right now, but we were. Before you rudely interrupted us anyway. Oh, really? Aren't you a little old to be playing kiddie games? But Mario Kart has become a very popular game for all ages. We still have streamers playing the game. I mean, if it wasn't for Nintendo's copyright. But at least we got that out of the way. At least Nintendo isn't copyrighting anything anymore. Or at least being more lax about it. Aren't you a little inconsiderate to be in a position of presidential power? Beside me, Tifa lets out a small giggle. But the laughter is short-lived, sputtering out as Tifa notices our attention on her. Sure, laugh it up. Whatever makes you think he'll notice you. Notice what about her? I look to Tifa for an explanation, but she only reddens, looking back towards her computer screen to avoid my gaze. I'm not sure what Stacy's talking about, but it seems to bother Tifa pretty badly. Should I ask? This room is mine now. I'm claiming it on behalf of the student council. Not that the details really matter, since the point is the same. Bye-bye now. Usually Tifa's too awkward to speak out, but I guess her surprise shocks her into speaking. Her voice blurts out loudly, echoing against the walls. Bye? But that's not fair. Amazing. It's almost like you think I care. Look, it's just that we usually come here for our lunches, and Dante, Pinky, I'm sure there's a very touching and totally interesting sob story behind all this, but it's not like I can help you guys out. I was just coming to check the room, but it was already ours. Tifa and I are silent for a moment before our eyes met. She quickly scoots closer towards me, tugging down my sleeve so that we're eye to eye. Her voice comes out in an urgent whisper. Dante, what should we do? I don't know if we can do anything. I'm pretty sure it can't be helped. Or can it? The room falls silent as the two of us look to Stacy, more or less bewildered. I mean, it is Stacy. After all, she doesn't exactly come across as the selfless type. Also, she was definitely just eavesdropping or on our private conversation just now. I mean, you're still being convicted. But I may as well salvage what I can from this tragic incident and make sure... Hold on, let me restart that. I mean, you're still being convicted, but I may as well salvage what I can from this tragic incident and make sure that people of your talents don't go to waste. Talents? What talents? Well, look around you. You guys dork around in the computer lab all day. Why don't you use your computer skills for something useful for once? I have to admit, I'm morbidly curious what kind of things you, of all people, would find useful. You're going to make me spell it out for you? She lets out a long-suffering sigh. They seriously just let anybody into the school, huh? Such as the Students' Council? In addition to catapulting you up the social food chain and leaving the guppies behind, we could really use your help. Tifa shoots me a bewildered glance. That sounds like a great idea, but what? You'll have plenty of time to suck face with each other elsewhere. I told you, Dante and I aren't like that. Stacy eyes me in a way I'm not sure I like. Her gaze almost predatory. Say even better. I'm not sure why she's trying to persuade me so much. I'm not going to do whatever she's asking. Quite honestly, looking for student government isn't exactly how I want to spend my lunch breaks. You don't have to... Excuse me while I close the door. Hold up. Someone's coming up. Dog right here. Die. You don't have to worry about any real student duties. After all, I'd like to. Let me just drink. After all, I'd like it if we were able to come to a... Is that a bird? Shall we say exclusive arrangement? Sorry, I just saw a bird fly up to my window and I thought it was gonna hit it or something. Tifa is getting more flustered. She can't seem to help herself as she splutters in response. Exclusive? Stacy turns towards me, a wicked smile on her glossy lips. Right. So why don't you skip out on these silly these silly games and just come work for me? Since I joined the student council, it's just been work, and no play. Besides, it could be mutually beneficial. Stacy drops in a sly wink as she smooths down my tie for a brief moment. She shoots Tifa a pitying gaze, her voice shifting into a condescending pout. You look like you need a special program upgrade anyway. I was gonna say program, but whatever. That sly expression seals the deal for me. I would rather eat my own hand. I need to be drinking first. Sure, why not? I need to be drinking first. I would rather eat my own hand. She does have a point. It is mutually beneficial, so sure, why not? Tifa looks at me aghast. You can't, Dante, you can't be serious. Of course not. Come on, that's like the worst option you could possibly choose. What's wrong with you? Dante, what are you talking to? What are you talking to me? Stacy's pretty face scrunches up with annoyance. Fine, suit yourself. Don't think I'll beg. One can only stoop so low. Just make sure you don't come crawling after me. Wait. Oh shit. What did I do? Hold up. Hold up. I think I made a mistake. Hold up. I need to read back again.
A few moments later.
Yourself, don't. Okay, blah blah blah. Yeah, not likely. Stacy slides off the desk and glares at me up close, her hands on her lips. The room is quiet. The only sound is that of her solid gold bracelets jingling together, a bell chime of absolute wealth. You know what? There's no reason to be bothered about this. After all, I've learned that you're a confident guy, Dante. She glances at Tifa smugly before slipping me a sly smile. I like confident. We need to go, Dante. We really should be letting them take care of this room, shouldn't we? We should, right? Right. We fumble to gather our belongings and make a quick exit. Seeing our retreating backs, Stacy flips her hair over her shoulder. I'll be seeing you around, Dante. You can't trust that I'm very much looking forward. You can trust that I'm very much looking forward to it. Sorry, I thought I made a mistake somewhere, so I had to backtrack a little to see what I did wrong, or if I actually chose a wrong option, but it seems that all of them are pretty much going to lead to the same conclusion. So it's one of those things where your decisions can decide what your date is going to be, what the ending conclusion is going to be, and maybe the ending to the story too. And basically I had to backtrack a little because I didn't know what decision I made. I haven't, obviously, since I just started, I haven't decided on who I'm going to be going with, so who knows? I need to keep on going to figure out if I'm going to make a decision, but I guess those are one of, what you saw over there was just one of those decisions where all three options were just going to come to the same conclusion, where you're probably, Someone makes an offer, and all the options are just gonna say deny it or whatever. Just, it's not like Doki Doki Literary Club or Doki Doki Literature Club, however it goes, where Monica, we know, just makes all the options for you. You're not allowed to make any other options. No, this thing, you actually do have some options. I don't see this going any horror route, unless if they want to do a Halloween DLC, who knows, or maybe a little special. But I think this is the overall finished product, so who knows. Once in the hall, Tifa lets out a huffy breath, her face the image of indignation. I can't believe her. This is totally Tifa, it'll be alright. Calm down. We could find a new place to hang out during lunch. Lunch? Lunch? Who cares about that? I mean, don't tell me you noticed, Dante. Notice what? She was definitely hitting on... Excuse me, is everything alright? I heard some commotion inside. Stacy's resident henchwoman and so-called best friend, Alex, has a perfectly poised expression of concern as she stops us in the hall. In that hall. Damn it. Honestly, I forgot Alex was standing out here. Tifa doesn't seem to have noticed though. Tifa whips around, balling her hands into fists. No, it's not alright. Just because Stacy has more money, she thinks she could do whatever she wants. It's not. Tifa stops abruptly, her anger immediately dissolving into shock as she realizes that we're not exactly alone anymore. Uncurling her fist, Tifa ducks behind me, peering around my shoulder. Oh, I didn't... Instead of replying to Tifa's sputtering apology, Alex smiles gently. I swear I can almost see flowers bloom around her face. I apologize for Stacy's behavior. She's newly elected, as you can imagine. It's quite a stressful position. Alex smiles politely at the two of us. Maybe it's not exactly fair to call Alex Stacy's henchwoman. I don't know much about her, really, except that she's a lot more diplomatic than Stacy is. Strangely, even though Alex isn't quite popular in the same way, I can't really say she's not well known either. Kind of like a calm, mysterious moon to Stacy's loud, obnoxious sun. Makes me wonder what makes them friends exactly. If you don't mind me asking, what exactly did you need for this room for? Oh well, She flushes for a bit, not quite sure what to say. I flash her an encouraging smile. Unlike Stacy, I don't think Alex is going to bite, but Tifa still looks awkward. Games. Normally, we play games together. Like video games? Sort of. Yes, normally we play computer games, retro ones, like Fabio? Okay, Fabio Kart 64, Cash Bandicoot, Old Worlds. Okay, I get that's supposed to be Mario, Crash. What's Old Worlds? What's Old World supposed to be? Somebody comment on this. Somebody correct. What is Old World supposed to be? Is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be Elder Scrolls? Maybe. Is that what they're going for? Okay. You mean normally you beat me at Fabio Kart 64, Cash Bandicoot, and Old World? Yes, you mean. What? Anyway, Tifa smiles at me, relaxing a little. Right. And it's just unfair that we've been here since the beginning of the year, and just like that, Stacy can kick us out. I see, and I completely understand your reasoning as well. However, her vibrant violet eyes lower tragically, light words gloss in a layer of sympathy. The unfortunate truth is that we've been relocated since that pipe burst above the former council room. Our staff advisor reassigned us to this room specifically. So really, it's not really Stacy's fault. It's a plumbing issue, basically. In the face of Alex's nice demeanor, Tifa fiddles with her hands awkwardly. I mean, I guess that I can't say it's not fair since it's the students' council, but still, where are we supposed to go now? Oh no, I absolutely agree with you. It really is unfair, isn't it? I am truly sorry to interrupt your special time in this way. Special time? For some reason, she glances at me for a long moment before starting to frantically wave her hands. Oh, wait, no, why does everybody keep saying I didn't mean... Alex glances between us, the coy expression in her lips mismatched to the innocent look in her eyes. You'll have to excuse me for assuming. You're quite close as I was unaware. Truly, it's touching to see such a warm friendship. The way she says the words so sweetly, so politely, they almost sound scripted. Sometimes I wonder if Alex is a real person. In any case, you did ask a question. Tifa turns pink, well, pinker, falling silent as Alex scuffles through a file folder in her arms. Ah, here it is. Might I recommend the Games Club? Tifa and I exchange surprised glances. We have a Games Club? Where? Instead of answering, Alex hands Tifa the flyer. What's it say? Room 304. What's the club like? Is it nice? Yes. You've been there? No. I stare at her in confusion. Do you have any more questions? Yeah, a few. I mean, if you haven't been there, how do you know if it's nice or not? I'll be glad to answer any questions you have at a more convenient time. Wait, we have questions now. If that'll be all, excuse me. Tifa and I exchange glances. I'm not sure why Alex is being so elusive, but I don't think we're going to get much more out of her. Wait, please. Yes? A brief expression I can't quite catch crosses Alex's face, but before I can really see it, it's gone. I would ask Tifa, but seemingly embarrassed at her outburst, she's hiding behind me, so no chance that she saw it at all. Or she saw it too. Oh well. Never mind. Let's get going, Dante. Alex, thanks anyway, I guess. My pleasure. Alex steps into the computer lab. Or I guess the student council room now. And closes the door behind her. The right wing's upstairs corridors are quiet as Tifa and I walk the halls, trying to locate this supposed games club. Tifa lets out a relieved breath and... Hold on, let me try that again. Tifa lets out a relieved breath I didn't know she was holding. Dante, I don't know how you do it. Do what? Talk to them. Alex and Stacy. I mean, don't you find it intimidating, even a little? No, not really. Should I? I guess not. It'd be nice to be brave like that, but when I'm around people, especially like that, Tifa, you don't have to worry so much. They're just, well, people. Popular people. And you know Stacy, she's always having those parties everyone talks about. Oh, sorry. Oh god, I'm out of breath. If you joined the student council, she'd probably start inviting you to them. Or no, she might invite you too. Didn't she invite you also? I mean, technically she invited the both of us. Okay, sure, I won't pretend that her parties don't sound cool, but come on, Tifa, let's compare. Hanging out with you playing games, or slaving under Stacy like some lackey. I know which one I'd rather do. Still, it's just something to think about. I can't help but wonder if she's right. Maybe we play games too much, Dante. Maybe I should take up a new hobby. Come on, Tifa. That doesn't even sound like you. You love games. You're a professional, remember? Not to mention you make a shit ton of money in esports. I mean, have you seen the money that professional esports players make? They could make like 500 grand. That would set you for life if maybe. Not really. Not these days. Look, I know you're on hiatus, but I thought it was just a slump. One, I might add, that I always thought you could pull yourself out of. Are you seriously considering completely giving it up because of Stacy of all people? Well, she hedges unsurely. I mean, do what you want, but it doesn't sound like the Tifa I know. Competitive gaming seemed like your dream. She mutters under her breath, avoiding my eyes. Yeah, past tense. I'm just wondering if maybe I should take up a new hobby. Like what? I don't know, biking or something? Biking? Let me guess, you started watching one of those sports animes about boys with bikes? Gotcha, stop messing around, okay? Sorry, it's just that biking came out of absolutely nowhere. I just think that I don't get out enough. I heard Stacy used to be on a cheerleading squad too. I heard that too. I also heard that she didn't last a week because she thought it was too sweaty. And anyway, what does it matter that Stacy used to be into cheerleading? It doesn't. I just thought maybe something about her reminded you of your type. My type? You mean nice bodies, redheads, girls? I mean, I have to be honest. Redheads... Personally, redheads are actually my personal... Well, one of them, exactly. But yeah, redheads... Yeah, redheads. Pretty much. It could be easy to just say girls or nice bodies. But technically, she's also a redhead too. Since pink is still a shade of red. But yeah. What, just because I like redheads? Tifa meekly smooths down her hair and pouts. Her hair is pretty, and I've always liked the curly hair. Aren't you the one who chopped up your hair with scissors because your hair was in your face? Since when did you care about your hair so much? Come on, Dante, that happened when we were 7. I'm just saying, that's the Tifa I remember. I haven't cut it since. Sorry, I haven't cut it since though. And my mom had to take me to a salon to fix the damage. Tifa guiltily runs her fingers through the thick pink locks of her hair. Maybe it's time I did something different with it. She blows her bangs out of her face, but the hairs just float back down, softly landing over her eyes. It's getting really long these days. I feel like I look like some kind of anime character. I mean... It kind of... I mean, sure, why not? Look, my point was that it looked fine back then, and it looks good now, too. Sorry. You think my hair is pretty, even though it's not red? Girl, pink is a shade of red. You mix white with red, and you get pink. You're a shade of red. Tifa, you know I'm capable of liking more than one hair color, right? Hair is hair. As Tifa falls quiet, her expression thoughtful, but much less upset than before. I'm not really 100% sure what that was about, but I'm glad she seems to have calmed down a bit. You know, if I'd known that was going to be my last match against you in Fabio Kart, I would have tried way harder to beat you. Tifa lights up. Oh, looks like someone's trying to save face. Nice try, but next time you get good. I would have expected them to just say get good, as in like with a G-U-D rather than the usual way, but same way, same definition. Hey, come on now. Can you blame a guy for trying? Between the two of us, I'm not the one who used to play MMORPGs like 7 hours a day. Hey, I haven't done that in ages. Like, let's say World of Warcraft, basically? Cutting back to 3 hours a day isn't really ages, Tifa. Whatever, it's called progress. I mean, I only overslept for school twice this month. Now, if only we could get that down to 0. As if you don't love waking up every morning. For a second, I'm not sure why, but my voice shuts up in my throat as I picture Tifa in her pajamas. I clear my throat unhealthily, but thankfully Tifa doesn't seem to notice. Hey, look. Hey, this looks like it. Wait, what time is it? Okay. An A4 sheet of paper is taped to the door of room 304. The words Games Club scrawled in felt tip pen with possibly the worst handwriting I've ever seen, barred at a doctor's office. Tifa falls silent. I reach for the door, but she stops me, looking nervous. Dante, do you think we'll play computer games in the Games Club? I'm not sure, honestly. It seems weird that I've never heard of this club before. Yeah, maybe I'm being a little too optimistic. Our school's equipment is way too old to handle any newer game systems. Too optimistic? Never. Be serious. Whatever consoles there are, it's probably better than nothing. I mean, if there's retro games, it should be fine. Anything that runs electricity can probably run Boom. Is that a thing for Doom? Because granted, you could still play Doom on even like old computers or whatever, and stuff from Windows XP and before that. Yeah, that's how old and capable that game was. Tifa giggles. She's the only one who gets my references. If they don't have anything, maybe we'll just discuss games instead. Tifa chuckles to herself. Good to see she's in a better mood than earlier. What's so funny? I was just remembering. You honestly had me for a moment back there when you told Stacy you'd join her. Ah, come on. You should know me by now. Don't worry. I don't think there's anyone who knows you better than I do. But for a hot second there, I thought, he's finally gone and done it. He's finally gone off the deep end. If I ever join the student council, you have my full permission to knock me out, okay? Oh, I could never. Tifa elbows me lightly. Are you ready to go in? She takes a deep breath and, seeming to steel her resolve, nods. I reach out to gently give the door a few light raps, but again, she stops me. Wait, maybe we should come back later. I mean, what if there's a club meeting going on now? I shoot her a comforting grin. You don't have to worry. I'm sure everyone's in the club will adore you. What if I say something weird or wrong? What if people stare at me? If they're not nice to you, we don't have to stay. Look, why don't you knock when you're ready? I won't rush in. Tifa nods, swallowing nervously. Okay. Oh my god. Sorry. We pass a few more quiet moments as Tifa readies herself to meet the new club members, whoever they are. I'm ready. You? When I nod in agreement, she reaches out, rapping the door lightly with her knuckles. And there's our fourth girl, the cover girl. And I guess she's doing the robot mode. Intruder. Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Identify yourselves. I look at Tifa in confusion, wondering if she too is in on what would appear to be a mass hallucination of an angry yet strangely adorable. Wait, just how old is this girl? She's a full head shorter than me, and that's being generous. Strangely, I find myself mentally echoing Stacy. Man, the school's entrance exam bar really must be low. So what were you saying about redheads being your type again? Auburn doesn't count as red. Not really. Since when? Since now. Well, I don't care what her hair color is. You have to admit she is super weird. Bruh. Damn. Bruh. Bruh. I'm not that much of a dick. What the fuck? Okay. Cute was cute, I was going to say. Cute. Tifa's voice is filled with wonder as she stares down at the small girl. I do a double take, and to my surprise, there is a sea of very, very dangerous familiar expression on Tifa's face. The same expression that makes me avoid going anywhere near pet stores with Tifa. Sorry. Oh god. Ah, damn it. Sorry. I was just looking at my mouse real quick, yawning. Sorry about that. Anyway, I guess he means the stars in the eyes and all that. I can almost see giant hearts in her eyes. Oh, jeez. Is this a games club? That is classified. Identify yourselves or be annihilated. You have 20 seconds to comply. Helpfully, Tifa covers her mouth, smothering barely concealed giggles as I try my best to be, well, as normal as possible about all this. I'm Dante, and this is Tiffany. But you can call me Tifa. Introductions registered. What brings you here? Well, we're looking to join the games club. We were looking for the games club. We're looking to join the games club. We were looking for the games club. I guess that means we found it, or... Okay, now... I don't know if this is gonna come out as like a douchey kind of thing, or... Alright. The small girl stares us hard in the face. New potential initiates? In that case, please stand still for verification, Stan. The expression on Tifa's face tells me she's about fit to burst into gushing. Which she absolutely does. Aw, she's like the cutest person I've ever seen. She's like a little robot. Tifa's relaxed, happy expression puts me on edge. I mean, seriously? Put her with some normal, albeit mean girls and she freezes up. But this is the kind of a person she lets her guard down for? Analysis complete. 2 humans detected. Threat level 1%. So adorable. I've taken her home with me. And that's the abduction. Threat levels rising. The strange girl composes herself, lowering her finger guns. I apologize if my advanced technology frightened you. I am a Kepler class android, Model T. KT? My creators call me KT. It's very human, but it suffices. KT? More like QT. Dante, can we keep her? I ignore Tifa, who is for some reason beyond me, feeding into this girl's delusion. So, you're an android. Affirmative. I'm named Katie. Yep, that does make sense. Skepticism detected. You can ignore him. Why don't you show us around? Tifa continued to ignore me with an almost admirable dedication, following the android further into the club room. I could tell this one is going to be an uphill battle for me. The goofy, love-struck expression on Tifa's face, worryingly similar to the one she has whenever she sees a cute dog that can do tricks. In a second, she's going to be asking Katie to shake or something equally crazy. The club room is quiet and dusty, old thick books, both in and out of boxes scattered haphazardly across the room. Well, it's been like almost 45 minutes, but I think now we have pretty much all the introductions going on, and that's a cute little thing right there. There's Meanie, and that's just it's just a cute little kaiju thing right there. It's adorable. But yeah, damn, this whole classroom design really looks good too. Can't tell if this is like MMD or something else, but anyway, So basically we got all the introductions to all the girls in this whole thing. So for now, or at least I think if that's all 4 for now. But so far, Stacy is basically the rich snobby girl. Maybe not snobby, but just the rich girl that's pretty much high and mighty. And Tifa is the shy girl who's your best friend, obviously. Alex is the what would be considered the sidekick or friend of Stacy, but it's actually the complete opposite of Stacy, where Stacy is high and mighty above herself. Alex is the complete opposite. Like I guess you could say the yin and yang, sun and moon, as was just stated. And then we have Katie here, who's I guess like deep into the whole what's the word I'm looking for? Basically believing herself to be a robot, obviously, but out of touch with society. I don't know. Either her imagination run wild, or she's just trying to, or this is her way of escaping reality. But it does make sense in a way. I will admit and agree with Katie, or Tifa, that KT is actually very much adorable. I will not lie. But so are the other girls. And the way this art style has really shown them off is just, my god, it's hard to decide now. But in all honesty, my opinion could change, but I do like Tifa and Stacy so far. But again, my opinion might change. I do like the other 2 girls, but so far, I guess I'd be aiming towards those 2 for now. The first 2. But I keep saying but a lot. I would have to end the video here because, well, I believe that's all the time for today. Otherwise, I would have to go over several hours of trying to edit all this, and I don't think anybody wants the video going too long. So if you like the video and like this game, please leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll also show you the link, or also put in the link from the Steam, basically the Steam link to this game in the description down below. The link to the game developer themselves on Twitter, and the link to the description, and the link to, oh my head. The link to Muse profile, so on her Twitter, so that you can chat with her, commission her, or him. I don't know. I don't think they were very open about who they were in real life, but nonetheless, they were part of the development on this game, making art and all that. And maybe they were actually the ones making the characters themselves. So either way, I hope you enjoy this playthrough for now. I'm hoping to continue this game since I actually did pay for it, so I'll just keep going. And so far, I'm kind of interested in how this story is gonna go. I'm almost hoping that some animators actually come together and make an actual animated series about this. I'd be very much interested. And these days, you could actually put anything on Netflix if it gets approved for it, though. But if you get a team of animators together, like a short story maybe, then yeah, I'd definitely be going for it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all next time. So bye.